Nice.
Do. If only I had a vortex mixer.
I know. What are you even doing?
Keeps my, you know what though? It keeps my shaking muscles nice and practiced.
Mm-hmm. You mean it stresses out your hand and your hand's gonna fall off?
Yes. Uh-oh. Wait, the stream is unlisted. Um,
Are you sure? Because it says
on my
I can see it.
on my screen it says it's blocked and reported, unlisted, off. Excellent connection.
I mean, I literally see it on YouTube right now.
Um,
I see it with the right name and everything and thumbnail.
I see it with the wrong name and thumbnail and weird. Huh. Well, there's 3 current viewers.
Yeah, I don't know. I see
Weird.
everything correctly.
Perfect. Okay, now it's correct. I just refreshed YouTube Studio.
Ah.
Neat. Great, now I can see the chat too. I can see through time.
Nice.
Trash Bandit, hello friends. Dr. Drokel, Disco, hello. What does Nick describe that expression as?
What expression?
I assume your and Nick is also here face?
Oh, it's like an in between frames expression.
Do you think we'll ever retake that photo?
I hope not. I hope it's the same photo when I'm like 60 years old.
Lucky Bats, ooh woo. Brett S. Sup sup. Simon Lobotomized Monkey. Sup sup guys. Carson Underwood. I am back.
Yeah, you are. What a world. Woo wee.
Zimzam. Greedo on a Speedo. That's true. And it's time to
Dr.
paint.
Drokel. Jay, do you think that they maybe glued the model together before they ship it to try and fight recasting?
Probably not. I feel like that wouldn't really help fight recasting. Because it's feel like it's pretty rare for styrene models to get recast. Like, I've never heard of a recast of a Rhino tank. And it's not really an expensive kit. It's like $40. I mean, that's not, it's not cheap, but it's not like, a Forge World $230 Deradeo Dreadnought. That could be made for, $2 of resin.
Right.
Don't call me Shirley. Jay, what's your favorite Cuban food? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Rice? Happy Heretic. The day y'all retake Nick's photo is the day you get banned from YouTube.
Exactly.
Carson Underwood, is that a Zenithal highlight I see? Yes, it is. The Zenithal worked out really nice on this guy. And now I'm about to cover it all up.
Hell yeah. I like it.
I think Greedo is one of my all-time favorite characters in Star Wars. For no particularly good reason.
Mine is baby Anakin.
Unta buta solo. Jabba do inchika abudustang utangiwa naushka. I know his lines.
Speaking of lines, I put up that new Patreon poll for the next model.
Ooh.
So if y'all want to vote for the next model for the live stream, you got to join the Patreon. Bredus. Ah, there's the grido lanes we all know and love.
YouTube suck bad. Can you say my name 10 times? YouTube suck bad? That's not a hard name.
Yeah,
But,
it's like
if
Sally
you-
sells seashells. I mean, that's a. I mean, come back, change your name and come back.
Yeah. Although it is true, if you say YouTube suck bad 10 times in a row, I think you actually get banned.
Yeah, you get demonetized
Yeah.
and banned, and
Mhm.
they come and spank you. Nap. Jay, who shot first?
Well, technically, Han Solo was the only one to shoot. But I think when I posted the speeder bike on Instagram, I hashtagged it Greedo shot first.
Nice.
Happy Heretic. McClunky. Dr. Trokel, you should paint some airbesh lettering on the front of the driver's hat like it was a promo item from Budweiser or Skoal or something. Like a NASCAR. Cesto do posta ista clankto na pota. And I believe that's what he says. And then he now says McClunky and then gets shot in the face. Carson Underwood, I have decided I am going to buy an airbrush. I just got to save up some more dollary dudes. Well, I can recommend the Badger 105 Patriot.
It makes you a true patriot if you have one.
Pretty good airbrush. You can usually find it for just under $100. Good stuff.
Cheap,
And the
really nice, cheap, replaceable parts.
Yes, yeah. Like the needles, I think, are like $5. The nozzles are $4.
Which is good for beginners.
Yes, yeah. You go through them.
Yep.
Jay and Nick, try to say Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch.
Iris wrist watch. Yeah, I can't do it.
Irish wristwatch. I think that was not horrible either. Mr. Lion Guy, damn straight. Han is the only one to shoot. Don't call me Shirley. Jay, you are so wizard. That's pretty wizard, Annie.
Top 10 most wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Akino Kino, I straight up abuse my Badger 105. It can take it.
Yeah?
You call it naughty, you spank it. You make it wear like a French maid outfit.
Chicky Nugs, Han Solo is a cold-hearted bastard. But no, Lucas had to go and make him chug the old soy milk and made him a soy boy in the special edition. Is that what a soy boy is? Somebody who's digitally altered to flinch when he gets shot? Because I was under the impression that there was a different definition. But I'm glad I have been corrected.
Mm.
Zimzam, last time I played Legion was our first time in the time before the Great Gift of Nurgle, just waiting for the chance to get invited to my friends again. We still have lockdown here.
Mm. Did you have fun? Did you like the game? The first time playing it?
I hope it's fun. I mean, they knocked it out of the ballpark with X-Wing, and this game looks like it might have some similarities to X-Wing. Cards, Star Wars. One day they might make an X-Wing model.
Chicken Nugs, Eons Battle. I have no idea. Sounds close though. I'm not hip with the Gen Zers. Oh my gosh, Bredas, hot take. It doesn't make a difference who shot first.
Dr. Dr. Jokel. There is a different definition of soy boy. I believe it's Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren. Best character in all of Star Wars.
You heard that right, Dr. Jokel. Kino notice. Last time I spanked an airbrush, I bent the needle. That's a little too rough.
You know what I have done probably like 3 or 4 times? I've been cleaning my airbrush. Here, I'll do a little demonstration that you guys will see 25 seconds late. And I pull back the needle, wipe the tip with my finger, and then release the needle, and it just goes zoop right into the fingy. And it really surprises you. You're like, oop, oop, oop,
Oh,
look out here, guy. Oh.
Yeah. Oh no. Uh-oh. Flo the dude. Not hip with the kids.
Where's my
we're at the
wash?
We're at the very start of Gen Z, so we're super hip.
Yeah. Yo.
Yeah. That's fire.
It's lit, fam. Don't come and show you. Do you think Legion will make a Death Sticks guy? You want to buy some Death Sticks? Good old, like a little Dare commercial creeping into Star Wars.
Drugs are bad.
It was also great. It wasn't like a really seedy bar. It was more like a sports bar. in episode 2.
Chicken nugs. Well, if you have diabetes, that's one way to get those daily finger tests. Then you got some blood for the blood god.
Diabetes.
Person under would know that's Logan Paul. I mean, Logan Paul's older than us.
Yeah, he's like 40.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's 26.
Yeah, he's like 40.
Yeah. 26 is like just insanely old.
Mm-hmm.
Can you even imagine being 26? That would suck. You're like halfway done.
Look at that sweet, sweet wash. Can you imagine how much
yeah.
easier that would have been with oils?
his I mean, I don't know. His head looks so green. It's wonderful. Happy Heretic. 26 is the new 40. Exactly. Flimbo the dude. As a young little shit myself, I can confirm that all teens talk like Jay and Nick.
I knew it.
Yep, that's pretty wizard.
Matthew Cheeseman had a transformative story, and then there was Solo. Solo is so good. Solo is so good.
I've said this once. I'll say it again. I'll say it every goddamn time it's brought up. Watching that movie in the theaters, I literally, after the movie was done, I wanted to go home and take out all my Star Wars toys from when I was a kid and go zoom and play with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it brought me back to that moment of being a kid. It was wonderful. A moment that I never thought I could go back to.
Also, I think it had one of the best songs since Duel of the Fates. Like, Duel of the Fates has orchestral and, like, spoken word. Like, I think there's like words in Sanskrit, and they had that again in one of the songs from Solo, and it's so good. I think it's a song that plays during the train heist. Which talk about something that should be in every Star Wars movie: a train heist,
Oh yeah,
space train heist.
Definitely. Chicky nugs at Nick. Just imagine 30. Might as well start digging in your grave with your AARP referral. Exactly.
Matthew S. Antosh, a better song than the Cantina song? I think it's a little better than Cantina, but not as good as Jedi Rocks.
Don't Call Me Shirley. Rogue One is better.
Rogue One is also pretty great.
Do you like Rogue One better than Solo?
I feel like I watched the end of Rogue One a lot. I don't watch the whole beginning part. Boy though, I really like Solo. They're really close.
I'm gonna say I like Solo more.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think I like Solo more. Except for the interesting thing though is they're kind of two different movies. One is an adventure, and the other one is more of like a war movie.
Mm-hmm. Brett S. Hot take number 2. Solo is better than any Star Wars movie released after 1983.
It's possible. it's entire as Baldy. What's his name?
Joe Rogan.
As Joe Rogan says, it's entirely possible.
Yeah. I love the compilation of him just saying that over and over and over. Or him saying just a multiple of him saying it at the same time.
Dr. Jokel. Solo was actually a pretty good movie. Not sure it needed to be a Han Solo movie, but it probably never would have been made without the character name attached. I think it needed to be a Han Solo movie. I loved it. Have you heard it? We all know the best Star Wars song is Life Day. Oh, Carrie Fisher, super high on coke. Singing the words to the Star Wars theme. We celebrate a day of peace, a day of harmony. It's a great, and the camera pans past all the characters, and you see Harrison Ford just looking completely pissed. Like he's not smiling.
Yeah,
he's so done. I mean, Harrison Ford thinks all the Star Wars movies suck. Especially the ones he's in.
I love it. Jubles, no stream stage. I liked actually hearing you guys respond to text as it appears. That's hilarious. You don't like hearing it 20 seconds after the fact? We'll be doing more of those. We were thinking we'll do more of the call-in stuff. Like we'll do it once a month. And I'm gonna put out a poll just on YouTube to figure out what day. So it'll be a Saturday because that's just, I mean, we have a longer stream on Saturdays. But I wonder if, like, you know, does the third Saturday of the month work? The first, the fourth, does it matter? And we'll try to do it once a month.
Yeah, we want to be available when everyone else is available.
Exactly.
I know we're not necessarily everyone's first choice on a Saturday night.
Yeah, usually it's drugs are the first choice. And sometimes it was drinking and then also still showing up.
That's true.
To the stream. Which if you haven't watched the stream, it might be worth a listen. Like if you need to kill a couple hours or you want to listen to something while you paint, there's 3 hours of us answering questions. And it was very entertaining.
It was. Happy Heretic. Solo was entertaining. Wouldn't have paid to see it in theaters, but it didn't bore the crap out of me. You guys are so hard on movies. I've seen some pretty bad movies in theaters and just thought, whatever. It was a way to spend any afternoon.
Happy Heretic. The Nick is also here. Pick is my drug.
Matthew Cheeseman. Hot take. Disney's have deliberately made all Star Wars films terrible so if they fix it, fans will feel ownership at their victory and spend those nostalgia bucks harder than what they lost.
No.
No. It's a fun conspiracy theory. But no. Lots and lots and lots and lots of people like these new movies.
They have to make their money back. So, I don't know. Do you think if you could do a super legit poll, like even more legit than any election that's even possible, do you think most people like it? Most people like the new movies.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
And,
they
like,
made
what
$1
do you
billion.
think-
Each one made $1 billion.
What do you think the percentage is?
I don't know. Like it's like probably like 50% really liked it. 20% thought it was fine. 30% don't like it, or didn't think it didn't live up to the hype.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, and then in that 30%, you can say the last 5% are people who hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember though, all the YouTube videos of people hating on it, an awful lot of those videos are made to get views.
Yes.
Like,
I
there's
mean,
a lot of bad movies that come out every year that get no press because they're not going to get any clicks.
Right. Yeah, that is a big thing about journalism is a lot of it's about making money and the best way to make money is to make people upset.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Jokel, ironically, when I went to see Solo, I was by myself and I was the only one in the theater during that showing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I saw Rogue One twice in theaters to packed theaters.
Wow.
And I feel like every Star Wars I've been to has been pretty busy.
Yep. I mean, so busy we got to listen to some guy's radio that he got to
Oh my god.
brought in and listened to while we were watching the movie. God, I hope every time it happens, it seems like every other time we go to the movie theater, something weird happens.
Yeah, always. Keenan Tanty, I got laid during the movie Priest. I love the movie Priest. That's a great movie. It really putters out towards the end, but other than that, it's pretty good.
And I still think Solo is a better movie. It doesn't get enough credit for how good it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Hey, Kino, I think most people are ambivalent on the Disney Star Wars movies. At least 70% people have no strong feelings. I mean,
Of all people?
I guess what does no strong feelings mean? Because strong
Like
feeling, it depends on what strong feelings are.
I guess so. I guess strong feelings would be like, oh my god! Or it'd be like, it sucked. I'm sure most people watching it and like, yeah.
Yumi.
Like kept the kid entertained. Perfect.
Yumi Shoko. It was okay with The Force Awakens. The Last Jedi was a disappointment, but I was glad to have seen it, and then I just refused to see The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I know some people who are like, I won't see it, I have no interest. And to those people I say, sometimes you gotta let the fun into your soul.
Ooh,
like,
wow.
Sometimes you have to meet the movie halfway.
Michael Spitz, I puked after eating 2 pounds of Mike and Ike in Rogue One. Jesus Christ.
That's the real way to see Rogue One.
Yeah.
Matthew Antosh, will Star Trek ever get a half-decent miniature game? Probably not.
No.
Doesn't Modifius make a game for Star Trek? A miniature game for Star Trek? I think they do. Although I don't hear anything about Modifius's Fallout game. Or any Modifius game, really. Dr. Jokel, yeah, well, Solo bombed at the box office, so it was not that surprising. Plus, it was the first showing that day at an 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on a weekday, so that probably helped. Yeah, I know it didn't do amazing. I think, though, didn't it come out pretty close to Avengers Age of the Infinities World End? I think it had a little bit of a whatever release. And some people were still upset at 8 for existing.
Can you even imagine that?
But I don't know. Most people I talk to think that Solo was fine. It's pretty good. It was fun. I mean, that's what I want from Star Wars movies, for it to be fun. 8, I definitely was a smidge. I was disappointed the first time I saw 8 in theaters, and I was like, uh-oh, I really liked 7, and they didn't do any of the 7 stuff. They made up all new stuff. And I really liked 9, although I'm excited to rewatch it, because 9 also doesn't really go back to any of the stuff from 8.
Mm-hmm.
They probably should have just planned.
Yeah.
Although in classic Star Wars fashion, not having a plan seems to be the way to do it. There was no plan for the original movies. There was no plan for the prequels.
Mm-hmm.
Chicken nugs. Jar Jar had become a bomb-bad general of the Gun military, climbed through the ranks throughout the years until years of hard work and further peace talks between the Gungas and the Naboo earned him the seat. See, my theory of why Jar Jar is a senator is because none of the Gungas care about the Senate and the greater galaxy, and they all hate Jar Jar. So him being really far away is just a plus.
And you talked to George, and that's the truth.
I did speak to George, and he said, "Oh yeah, the guns they don't like them
for some reason. I think he's annoying."
Some of the dude, Avengers, Super, Ultra, Mega, not accurate to the comics, extravaganza. Michael Spitz, Avengers was a crowd pleaser. That second movie was definitely a crowd pleaser. It took me a long time to see it. I really liked the first one. The first Avengers, Age of Extinction. Avengers, Age of Ultron. No, not that one. Avengers, the Infinity Gauntlet Awakens. That one was really good. The one where we meet Thanos. The second one was pretty good. It didn't feel like a movie though. It felt like when you binge the last 5 episodes of a TV show just to finish it. That's kind of what it felt like for me. It was really good, but it didn't have like the structure of a movie. Cuz it was the cap on the end, it was Lord of the Rings 3.
Dr. Jokel. Jay, I heard Ellen is going to do a weekly podcast. Her co-host is going to be Kathleen Kennedy once she gets fired. I'm sure.
Well, considering Kathleen Kennedy is still one of the highest paid and most professional women working in Hollywood, I don't think there's any chance of her getting fired. Dale Gibble. If the world's last copy of The Last Jedi was on fire and I had a full bladder, I would not cross the street to put it out. It was all right. The only problem, my problem with it was I didn't care about anything except the Luke, Rey, and Kylo stuff, which is not good in a movie that's 2.5 hours.
Nope.
To only care about half of what's going on, but I still watch it from time to time, and I watch clips. Michael Spitz, my favorite Marvel movie is the first Iron Man where Robert Downey Jr. crashes into the ground for like 5 minutes. Oh, that first Iron Man. That first Iron Man was a game changer.
Yeah, really good. Again, another one of those movies came out. I wanted to go home and play with my toys. Although I was a kid, so I did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. After that movie, everything I made out of Legos was an Iron Man suit. Every picture I drew was Iron Man.
Yep.
There is nothing cooler on Earth.
Mm-hmm. Don't call me Shirley. Nick is my precious. Stay away, Jay. Don't touch my Nick.
Like Schmeagol. Or no, Gollum. Schmeagol didn't have a precious. Schmeagol was just a nice whatever species Gollum is supposed to be. And don't tell me in the comments. I don't care.
Now everyone's going to tell you.
Koek 15324. Episode 8 is the best of the sequels for saying Rey wasn't special by birthright. Episode 9 was the worst for them shitting all over it. Yeah, the weird thing about 9 though is if you just ignore that, it doesn't change anything about the movie. Like if you just change that Rey isn't a Palpatine, it changes nothing. Dr. Trouble, you didn't care about Finn and how loud he could scream Rey?
Rey! Rey!
I wonder when in episode 9 when the one thing that they didn't, the only thing that they did not kind of finish or put a bookend on was what was Finn gonna yell to Rey when they were sinking into the sand at the beginning of the movie. I think it might have either been like a declaration of love, I mean, that's the only thing that really makes sense. I mean, it might have just been a joke. Like, Ray, I never told you. Blah, 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 blah. And maybe that was just the funny. And I missed the funny.
Gee, Keaton, the damn sequels just felt chopped up to me. Just horrible editing.
Oh, I thought the editing on all of them. I thought everything about the new movies was perfect except maybe the writing. Like everything was perfect.
I think that's probably what makes it feel chopped up.
Yeah. I mean, these new movies are some of the most gorgeous Star Wars anything's ever made, for sure. Mm-hmm. Michael Spitz. He's a hobbit, obviously, corrupted by the power of the ring. I thought he was something smaller than a hobbit. I thought he was something else. I can text a friend of mine who will have the answer in 2.5 seconds and be upset with me for not knowing.
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure Smeagol is something else.
I thought you didn't care.
Well, I'll take any opportunity. Yes, actually.
Yes.
Usually I just have to be wrong.
Actually, you guys don't know what you're talking about.
I think, though, maybe something that could maybe back me up is when he says, Hobbit says. Like, if Schmeagol and Bilbo were the same thing, would he call him a Hobbit says? Ah, Dr. Dokel. Smeagol was a stewer. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Roland Korn. Not just editing, writing, lore, respect for previous characters, common sense. No. Everybody who is upset at, like, they didn't respect the fans or the lore or anything is being a little silly, I think. Mm-hmm. I think you're maybe listening to a few too many YouTube videos on the subject. Surprise, surprise. Jay is wrong.
You know what, though? What I'm really surprised is that when we did our call-in show, no one said that you were wrong about anything.
That's true. Everyone was very nice.
Yeah.
Maybe on the next one.
Yeah, everyone was very nice. And I was hoping people were going to be like, you're wrong about this very specific thing. I was hoping that there would be a Star Wars argument.
Like, I think there's some franchises where lore really kind of does matter. And honestly, those are the franchises I think are less interesting to me. Like Harry Potter or Game of Thrones, since they only have one author and they only have a limited amount of source material, it's very easy to be right because you know exactly what's going on. You've read all the material. But things like Star Wars and 40K are super interesting to me because there's a billion different authors and artists and minds behind it. And so whatever story I want, I can kind of find it. If I want something silly, I can find something silly from Star Wars or 40K. If I want something serious, I can find that too. If I want something horrifying, I can find it. And if I want just something action-packed, I can find it. And that's why I think Star Wars is so great, is because so many people have been given their crack at it.
Chicken nugs. I'm sorry. I said Jay was wrong each time I called in. Nick. Jamie, play the clips for Nick. That is true. I mean, Jay was using the wrong brushes. So, I'm sorry that I forgot. Master Shake 9000. My favorite part of the recent Star Wars trilogy was the triggered snowflakes upset at the non-white male characters. Also the women. Also Rey. Mm-hmm. That too.
It's fun fact. Tolkien said hobbits are just offshoot humans. Are dwarves also just are all of the races offshoot humans? Jamie, play the clip for Nick. Jamie, pull that up.
Yep.
Oh God, one of my favorite. Somebody found just the perfect little moment from one of Joe Rogan's videos where Joe Rogan's like, "Wow, they've quantified the human consciousness down to its base materials." See that video of that guy hitting that moose? Holy shit, Jamie, pull it up.
A seamless, perfect.
Yeah. Oh, there's another clip just like that of when in the Elon Musk interview where they're talking about something like really big and dramatic, and then he's like, "You see that video of that monkey who stole the baby?" And then Elon Musk's like, "Yeah, I saw it."
Happy Heretic. I'm an offshoot human.
Rolling corn. Mary Sue Ray lazy writing. Nah, it's fine. It's a character from it's an adventurer from an adventure movie. Is she as deep as like the Joker? No. Were they trying to do that? No. Mm-hmm. Michael Spitz. I thought the dwarves and the hobbits were just retired shopping mall Santa elves.
I know you had a theory that since there's a lot of like the Joker, there's a lot of really deep movies and stuff. People have forgotten that Star Wars is just supposed to be fun, just fun adventure.
What?
Doesn't have to be this whole big giant deep thing where there's this crazy amount of backstory. It's kind of just for kids.
Matthew Cheeseman, Star Wars sequels were a blank slate, unlike Lord of the Rings. It doesn't have 800-page books to pull from. It doesn't have dozens of 500-page books, comics, games, animations, but no 800-page novels. Wait, are you talking about like Lord of the Rings actually has a lot more stuff that I just don't know about? Which is entirely possible. I know there's a Silmarillion, but I've heard from my friend who's the biggest fan of Lord of the Rings in the world that the Silmarillion is pretty boring and not worth reading. Master Shake 9000, not to add to chat drama, but did you drill out the barrel of the Greedo gun asking for a friend? I don't think I did. This gun is made out of PVC, so I don't really want to do anything that would weaken it, so I probably just won't. Happy Heretic. I was fine with Ray. Rose Tico annoyed the crap out of me. No wonder no one bought her toys. Happy Heretic. I know what YouTube videos you were watching. It's fine. So it's fine. It's fine. All these YouTube videos are fine. It just feels to me like a lot of people felt a feeling. They're like, I felt disappointed by that movie, and then they went to I'mRight.com to get their bullet points so that they can repeat them to me. Because sure, no one, even if Rose was awesome, no one would have bought the toy. Because Rose is a little woman in a potato sack and is not a very exciting action figure. Mm-hmm. General Grievous would have flown off of toy store shelves just because he looks like a toy.
Yeah, that is true.
Dale Gibble, they should have gotten Jared Leto to play Ray. That would be a fun take.
Oh my god.
I'd be down. Rolling Corn, man, Luke had a growing arc. If character doesn't develop, why the need to be there? For a checkbox mark? Ray develops. Ray has character development. Matthew Cheeseman, head of Lucasfilm said she was unaware of Star Wars having lore. No. You know how much money they spent on that lore? Happy Heretic. Jay refusing to drill out the barrel. Hashtag cancel Jay. Do it. Do it. Do it, Anakin. Fulfill your destiny. Don't call me Shirley. One does not simply take Nick on a date. Speaking of on a date, how do I paint Greedo eyes?
Michael Spitz. Wait a minute. Why are we still watching if he's not going to drill out hashtag cancel J?
It's a good question.
Simon the Lobotomized Monkey. We have reached the Star Wars argument segment of the stream. Yeah. It's been a lot of the stream, honestly.
Please
today.
keep hands and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Flash photography is prohibited.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I mean, I feel like my favorite... I like Rey in all three movies a lot. I love her 4-minute no dialogue introduction, where you just see her going about her scavenger business. I like that she gets a little hint of the Force, and she's excited, but then she kind of gets all of it handed to her when she has her Force vision, and then she runs away. Winston, if Rey's such a good character, why didn't we get a Rey too? That's a great question. That is a really, really good question, and I don't know if it's one we can answer. A Rey 2 Electric Boogaloo. And then in 8, I love when she goes to get all the answers from Luke, and she gets none. And so she decides, well, I guess I'll just go to Kylo, and we'll see what happens. Like, they have this bond, and she needs to figure things out. Rollin' Corn, if they, writers, need something done, they make up new powers. Teletransportation, magic healing. That's not good writing if you need to name up with something new every time. Well, I don't know about the teletransportation. Oh, the teletransportation, yeah. Well, here's the thing, actually. It is kind of classic Star Wars to come up with a new Force power in every movie. The very first Star Wars movie introduces the Force and the Jedi mind trick. The second Star Wars movie, Empire Strikes Back, introduces being able to move things with the Force when Luke pulls the lightsaber out of the snow. The third movie introduces being able to shoot lightning out of your hands. Do the prequels? The prequels introduce... Arguably, they introduce Force Run or Force Speed when Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan escape the droidekas in the early movie. But I don't know. I don't have a problem with new Force powers. We've gotten new Force powers before. We'll probably get new Force powers in the future.
I think they shouldn't have the Force at all.
Yeah! Roland Corn, Kylo Tantrum Ren. Yeah, I thought that was awesome. I thought that made Kylo unbelievably interesting. I mean, wouldn't the movie have been garbage if Kylo Ren was just Darth Vader? But having him be a really, really, like, insecure and emotional person who's not cut out to be a bad guy, forced into the role of being the bad guy, I thought that was really, really interesting. And it makes me... That's why I think Kylo Ren is the most interesting character we've ever gotten in Star Wars. But as people upset about new Star Wars movies, writing needs to watch the old movies critically. Ooh. The Star Wars is almost like... It's almost a detriment to Star Wars that Empire Strikes Back is one of the best movies ever made. Because for better or worse, all Star Wars movies are trying to recapture the Empire Strikes Back.
Red S. And all of the new Force powers are better than the Force being explained away as midichlorians.
Excuse me, midichlorians are great. How else would we know that baby Anakin is more powerful than Master Yoda? Even Master Yoda doesn't have a midichlorian count this high. We should make this child participate in a death race. Instead of just trading stuff to get enough money to hire, Han Solo to fly us to Coruscant.
Exactly.
Master Shake 9000. Kylo's emotional instability makes him a great villain. Matthew Cheeseman. We would know by the story showing us, not telling us. I guess, but I don't know. I think the movie does a plenty good job of everything it tries to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. If you watch these YouTube videos, they'll explain exactly what's wrong in great detail. But I don't know. I think movies are a little bit more complicated than, I don't know, like math. I think it's art. I think sometimes you gotta let yourself get swept up in the moments.
They are, like, movies are inherently emotional. I mean, they're made by human beings.
I mean, Mad Max Fury Road is the epitome of show don't tell, and some people don't care. It's not their movie. Mm-hmm. But for some people, that was the greatest movie they've ever seen in their lives. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's like 5 lines of dialogue in that whole movie. Mm-hmm. Dr. Juggle, my problem with the super speed from episode 1 is why didn't Obi-Wan use it to get through the energy shields to get Qui-Gon? I think he wanted Qui-Gon gone. Yeah, I assume he was using super speed and it just wasn't enough time. Also, what was that room? Why is there a separate room that is guarded by doors that randomly turn on and off? It's a very bizarre thing. Benjamin Torres. Star Wars is more expensive than Warhammer 40k. I don't know. I mean, it depends. If you collect like lightsabers, it probably is. But Star Wars Legion is pretty cheap comparatively to other war games.
Yeah. Not. It's not as cheap as not spending any money.
Yeah, it's a little pricier than that.
Master Shake 9000. People forget that Star Wars isn't anything more than an old cheesy sci-fi serials with a bigger budget. It's not trying to be War and Peace. Imagine reading War and Peace.
Oh God, yeah, that sounds like a disaster. Who would even?
Yeah. Yes, it is a fun adventure movie. Don't call me Shirley. We need Spaceballs Legion. I agree.
The Spaceballs, the flamethrower. The kids love this one. Master Shake 9000. Speaking of Mad Max, the new Orc Codex needs chrome spray paint as a war gear option.
Oh, yeah. Lucky bet. Hey, calm down. I like that. That's just for us. That's just for us to get.
Roland Corn. They don't need to be the King's Speech. They just need consistency and good character development. I think that it was fine. It just wasn't your cup of tea. Like my problem is I mean, I love Star Wars and it sucks when only bad things are said about them, but it's okay to not like something and just not like it. How come you have to not like a thing because it's like objectively bad? Ooh, look at that. I put in the dots and now his eyes are glowing.
Ah. Yeah, it looks good. Look at him go.
Yeah. Hopakuma. I have to disagree. Rey is a horrible role model for young girls. They need to know that everyone has obstacles to overcome and flaws that need overcoming. I mean, Rey overcomes flaws. Her flaws are just more interesting than most. Like, if we had to watch Rey grow up, it would have been boring. It's great that she starts out as kind of a badass, and she learns to hone her crafts and do the right thing. I mean, in 9, there's a whole arc in the movie where she gives up. She's worried that she's going to cause more harm than good because she learned that from Luke. And then Luke calls out to her and is like, hey, it doesn't matter what you're worried will happen. You just have to try to do the right thing. I think that's pretty cool. And when she doesn't get the help she thinks she wants from Luke Skywalker in the 8th movie, she goes to Kylo. She decides that even though she doesn't think she's ready, she has to deal with this. And she doesn't quite trust Kylo, but there's something that needs to be worked out between them. And then when Kylo Ren says, "Come with me, and I'm powerful. I have all of this stuff. If we join together, we can do anything." And Rey gets it, that that's the wrong thing to do, and so she turns him down.
Here we go. Winston, maybe we we need one more movie that had Rey as a child. Maybe throw in a pod racing or something.
Oh, that would have been sweet.
That would be pretty good.
Now this is pod racing. That, you know what? Cancel everything I said. That's what needed to happen.
Prussian Blue, popping in late to leave a thumbs up and say hi. Also, Jay is wrong. Lucky Bat, remember when Kylo said, "Come with me, and we'll be in a world of pure imagination"?
I remember that. Matthew Cheeseman, why would she go to Kylo? She beats him easily with no training of any kind. No, she doesn't. She knows how to use a weapon. Kylo is mortally wounded by the bowcaster. He even got another boo-boo from Finn. I mean, you all think that the movie sucks so bad, but you ignore the movie. And the movie is called The Force Awakens. And what happens? She and Kylo fight, and Kylo beats her easily and backs her into a corner. And then, you know what the Force does? It awakens. Rey takes a pause. She closes her eyes. All of the sound drops out of the film, to tell the audience what's happening. And then she opens her eyes, and she allows the Force to act through her, and she defeats Kylo, who is not trying to kill her and mortally wounded. The movie shows 3 times that the bowcaster is a very dangerous weapon. I mean, if you just ignore the movies, they really aren't that good. But if you watch them, and you look at what happens, they really do give you what you need to go along for the ride.
Forsaken. Wow, that model looks good.
Yeah, it does.
Those eyes? Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're sparkling.
Try to keep them on camera. The distraction. My biggest complaint with the new movies is that it only works standing here knife is that they didn't do enough with Finn and Poe. They did not do enough with Finn and Poe. I wish it wasn't a trilogy. I wish they made more movies with Rey, Finn, and Poe. I love these characters, and I want to see more.
You just triggered half of everyone that's our part of the stream.
Why not make it 5 movies?
Uh-huh.
Koek 15324. I really like in episode 7 how Rey sucks at fighting with the lightsaber because she's trying to use it like her staff. There's a great moment where she's like holding it in front of her and then trying to stab Kylo. Like in every Star Wars movie, we see beautiful lightsaber choreography, and in this movie, she's just like beating him with it. Isn't it interesting that? Isn't it weird how Legion doesn't have any Rey trilogy stuff? Oh, it's coming, I'm sure. I mean, X-Wing didn't have any sequel trilogy stuff, and now they do. They have prequel stuff now too. The thing about the prequel sequels, the thing about the new trilogy is it doesn't have as much cool stuff in it. Like the prequels had almost nothing but stuff. to the detriment of everything else. The new movie is kind of like regular X-Wings, regular TIE fighters, one cool new lightsaber. Like, it was much more about the characters in these new movies, which is nice. I appreciated that, because I love these new characters. But yeah, if you're looking for like really, really cool stuff, there's not that much.
Robert Hesdowns Jr., a classic. EOB classic person to show up. I made it before you leave, unlike Dad.
Yeah.
Benjamin Torres, what do you think about The Bad Batch?
I haven't seen it yet. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure I'll love it. I just don't have Disney Plus right now. I will watch it, though, and I'm sure I'll love it. Rolling corn.
You haven't even seen Mandalorian season 2 yet.
I haven't, and I need to. I really liked the first season.
I've seen half the first season.
Rolling corn. Like Poe wannabe Han Solo, Dameron says, wait here. Is this guy Mr. MacGuffin to continue that derailed train? I have no idea. Prussian Blue, the sequels are infinitely less entertaining than the prequels. I will die on this hill. I mean, the prequels are entertaining for how horrible they are. I mean, I've watched Red Letter Media's videos on the prequels almost as much as I've seen the prequels. It's almost an infinite amount of just stuff to talk about, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Do you think people think that this alien is mostly naked until they get close?
Maybe. I mean, he's got a brown shirt on. And I did use different greens for his face. But yeah, it is pretty close. Jesus. Contres. A question about brushes. Do you have a video talking about the topic? Best brand sizes? No, I don't know that much about brushes. I'm using Rosemary & Co. brushes, a couple of Army Painter brushes, a couple of cheap synthetics I bought from Walmart. I haven't found a huge difference in using different brushes. I guess I don't know if the sizes are similar across the board, but usually I use a 0, a 2, or a 4 or as the sizes I go to. And I like brushes that have a thicker handle, but that seems to be kind of the unusual, not the norm. So I don't know if I have a lot of good information on brushes. I know Zumakito has some really good videos on brushes and the specific brushes he uses. But I have not found that my painting has not reached a level where my brushes need to improve. I think I paint at a level where I need to improve. And then eventually I might reach a point where the brushes are limiting me and I'll have to upgrade them.
Dr. Jokel, half of first season, Nick has watched some Star Wars. I mean, I've seen all the movies. I just don't care as much as Jay. And I've only seen them a couple of times. It's not an obsession of mine. The only reason why I watched the first half of the season was because that's the only thing that was available, and I was watching it with a friend of mine, and then they were only with me for like they flew out to visit me, and so we watched the first 4 or 5 episodes because I was out at the time, and then she left. So I didn't get to watch the rest of it.
Akinoki known as Jay, random question. Are you related to anyone who participated in MasterChef Junior?
That's quite the question.
I doubt it. I have a very small family. But it's possible?
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it.
Is it possible?
Well, no, it's not possible. I guess maybe some folks in Mexico, but I don't think. Yeah, probably not.
And speaking of not possible, it is after 10 o'clock. And you know what that means? We're going to be ending the stream.
Yeah.
So we had a basing video out today, so go watch that.
This guy's getting pretty close. I think next we'll be working on taking the weathering to the next level.
Ooh, very exciting. And if you want to vote on the next Paint 'em Up on the live stream, we have a Patreon poll, so join the Patreon for that.
Boop.
And yeah, we'll have another live stream tomorrow at 9 p.m. and you can argue with him then.
Yeah.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Watch today's video and stream.
Yeah.
Oh, man.